Mental health is something that I worry about, and I'm telling you, I think this could be just as bad as this crisis when this COVID crisis starts to lift.
The mental part is just as powerful right now. People are, I mean, you walk in the street, we walk in our neighborhood, and you feel weird to have a mask on. I mean, I was going to ask that.
And nobody's even looking at you, right? Because they're scared
no, that's
to
right.
look at you.
I know, they're scared. They're wondering if it's working. You're mad at the other person. You're going, you don't have a mask. Yeah, this is what you're thinking. Why do I have a mask on? You don't have a mask on.
But, you know, people get depressed when they can't pay their bills and they can't supply, you know, food for their family. And I really worry about that a lot. So we're very focused now on the next phase of this.
And say, what can I do about this? And immediately what that did was refocus me from my own pain and fear and grief into purpose, which is elevating and powerful, and refocus my brain. And we know from
and that's
the
the biggest thing, is trying to refocus your brain so that you can find that purpose.
I love him, but I can't live with him. Well, you've lived with him for how many years? 1, 6 months, 8 months? You know what? Then you didn't know the person to begin with. And at what point do you just finally say, you know, I accept you for who you are?
What you're doing is tremendously amazing.
Thank you. It's, you know, we all do what we can when we can. And certainly this is one of those times where Dominic, myself, others, we certainly had the bandwidth to do a lot. So we're trying to use it to do what we can. So.
In the midst of the whole entire crisis, you're finding the light at the end of the tunnel. And there was no toilet paper.
And so
everybody was looking for toilet paper.
I said to my customers, I'm the Oprah of Albany. You get toilet paper, you get toilet paper.
Oh, I like that one, the Oprah
and
of
so
Albany.
I was giving toilet paper to my neighbors, but I have a lot of elderly, you know, I always wanted a neighborhood in downtown. Now we have it.
And we're supposed to enlighten them, and the only way you can is by the love of God. And so we, what we did in the church, we tried to instruct people, say, look, you know what? Stay away from the politics. Stay away from the politics. I mean, you should have a discernment to know, you know what? God puts kings in place. He puts people in authority. And whether good or bad, whatever the atmosphere, it depends on the body of Christ, how we respond to that.
There's a lot that goes in behind the scenes that can potentially negatively impact a borrower, even though it's been designed to positively help them to bridge this gap, that people need to be aware of in doing it. It's the payments, it's not a free ride. It's not that they don't have to worry about it. And they also have to.
I think that's what a lot of people were thinking in the beginning, because they were saying you don't have to pay your mortgage because they're going to tackle it on at the end.
I have some students that aren't getting out of bed until noon. And again, that's not a healthy way of doing it.
They don't even know what day of the week it is.
No. But then again, if you say as a parent, and as a parent, I can say to my daughter, you know, you have to get up at like, 6 o'clock in the morning on a regular school to get on the bus or to get driven in.
We're all going to come out of this, and we're going to be, the Corona 15 pounds, and we're all going to be alcoholics. And that's okay.
That's not okay.
Well, I say it tongue in cheek,
I know,
again,
I know.
Come on, the interview, Paula, when we did our interview 10 years ago, we're real people. And enough with this hoity-toity, I'm the doctor, so da-da-da-da-da. Come on, we're real people. We're all going through this together, and you get up in the morning, you do your morning routine, you come down, you have coffee, you get into a pair of sweatpants, everything is great. At 6 o'clock at night, you change from your morning sweatpants to your evening sweatpants. I mean, who are we kidding here?
I thought you were going to say you get up in the morning and you get a glass of wine. I was going to say, no, don't do that.
I'm crazy, I'm not stupid.
Does alcohol consumption really help people cope, or does it make things worse, like create more anxiety and panic?
Yeah, definitely it doesn't help them cope. What happens is alcohol is a CNS depressant. So once somebody takes alcohol or drinks, then it suppresses many of the brain functions. And the areas of brain that make us think or make us worry, so temporarily they get suppressed. So when the person is under the influence of alcohol, they may feel that there are no worries and nothing. But the moment the effect wears off, the anxiety and worry is going to come back.
I'm bringing up your TikTok. It was amazing. Doing TikTok with your kids and say, hey, you know what? Teach me what you guys are doing.
This new surge in biking, this new bike boom, is that more people are taking sport. And being a person who's on the industry side of it and a person who's been a big advocate for cycling, I want to keep these new cyclists. Like, I want to keep you out riding.
If you've got kids, plug them in. Don't put the TV on with, wrong stuff. Put the TV on with the right stuff. Fill your house with worship.
When somebody's at a closing, for example, they need documents to be notarized. How is that working out now if you cannot interact face-to-face with your clients? How can businesses market and promote their companies if everything is shut down now during COVID pandemic?
Right. Great question. Kind of a loaded question. And it's really going to depend on the type of business. I encourage business owners to get creative and rethink and even revisit their current business model and see how they can take their business online.
I think of all the kids graduating this year and all the things, weddings being put off or altered, and we think, oh, that's so sad, and it is sad, but maybe the memories that are going to come out of it are going to be super special too. So we're trying to find the positivity in that, right?
Make the best out of a bad situation. Take situations like this and put all of your energy and create something positive so that you can come out of this in a positive way and not be depressed, and because that's not going to help.
This is a way for those of us in the business to think about what's happening, right? And be confronted with it, but yet also at the same time, strangely take our minds off of it. So it is a weird dichotomy of sorts.
A lot of people, women and men, who just basically focus every single day on, I have to go to work and I'm going to make money and I'm going to retire. But we know that so many times people don't even get to the retirement. So what's your purpose? What's your legacy there? Nothing?
Right, and that was like our old life. When people talk about, I just want life to get back to normal, really think about that.
Bob, is there anything that I have not asked you yet that you would like to share with the viewers?
The other thing to keep in mind too, in this market with all that's going on right now, there's been a lot of guideline changes. There's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes. We hear a lot of opinions about what affects the interest rate. Oh my God, the Fed dropped it to 0%. Let's hurry up and call our bank. We're getting free money.
Nothing free.
Yeah, nothing is free.
New construction can be like 6 to 8 months. So right now, builders are unable to move forward with getting permits from municipalities. They're unable to move forward with the actual construction.
Is it as bad as what you see in the media, for example, in Albany County?
Yes, here's your immediate answer. Yes, okay. But you also need to look at the density of the population. Wherever you have a dense population, you're going to have higher numbers, right?
Right.
And, some of our contiguous counties, you're talking 150,000 people, 130,000 people. But again, in the cities, you're going to see your higher numbers. So, yes. But I will also say, I would be remiss if I didn't add, this county, I can't speak for our neighbors, but we have done a very diligent job about educating and pushing the awareness and preparing ahead of COVID-19.
So I just want to leave you with that you are here with your uniqueness to make a difference and to make an impact and to live a joyful, inspiring life even now during coronavirus. And that there's something in this that I guarantee that the world needs from you, and you can support the world, and it will bring you aliveness.
I just want to add that. I just feel like that's important to remember. Yeah, it's.
I was debating between red and pink, and I go, I'm going to go with red for her.
Yeah, you're beautiful.
Thank you.
Don't underestimate your beauty.
I'm working up to that one.
You're important, guy. Don't have somebody else do it.
Well, if I did that, everybody would go, what's he, chicken?
Yeah, thanks so much for having me.
All right, cool. Yay. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
All right, do you think we covered everything?
Yes. Yay, it worked. Thank you so much, Tiffany. I really appreciate it.
You're so welcome.
Richie, thank you so much for joining me today. I loved it. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you. Dr. Hillman, thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, it's always a pleasure to talk with you, Paula. It really is.
I really want to thank you for
Thank you so much for joining us.
hanging out with me this morning.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.